Hello everyone, Emily here. I hope everyone is doing well today. I wanted to show you what I got at Walmart this morning on my way to work. I had to stop, and so I just wanted to show you what I picked up, and I'm going to make another bag. I already posted the tutorial of the first one I made, so now I'm a little bit addicted to it and decided I want to make some more. So I went and got me different colored zippers, and they are all-purpose. I didn't get the coat one like I did last time, and this is 7 inches. This was the smallest they had at Walmart. I wish they would have had something a little bit smaller, but I guess I'll have to go to Joann's Fabrics. And then I picked up these 4 really cute zipper pulls. This one I really like. Of course, I'm already deciding which one they're gonna go to, because I think this almost looks like leather, but they're really cute. These were about $3.50 each, and these are they're a little bit pricey, but these are about $3.50 each, and these I think were almost $4 each. And then I got this pink yarn. It is sparkly, and I thought I would use this maybe with this one and just do the whole little purse this color and see how it turns out. I think this will wash up really good. I do have some sparkly white at home if I wanted to use white with it. I don't know. I will have to wait and see. And then I decided to get this Kaboo. It's 3.5 ounces, which is a pretty good size ball. It's 51% cotton. And I'm going to use these 2 colors to do the mosaic. And I'm not sure which zipper, but you know, I like my colors to go all crazy. So I could do this pink with that. And then I got these 2 colors. I love green, it's my favorite color. It's crochet thread, and I've never used this before. This was about $3.87. So I got 2, so I could do the mosaic and have that contrasting color. I could use this with the green, or maybe even the light pink. I don't know, but I'm really interested in using this. I've never used it before. It said yarnspirations on it.com. So I figured that this would be really cute in a purse. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I'm really interested to find out. I like this green. So this is what I got today, and I'm going to get started. So I open this up, and I'm going to take this paper off. Wow, look at that vibrant color. Very pretty. It is tied in a knot, which is really nice, kind of wrapped around. So I guess I'll undo that. I'm not very happy about the fact that it looks like it's going to unravel a little bit, but we will get it on the needle and see how it works out. I decided I'm going to use this green with my green. It's a contrasting green, but that's okay. So I'm going to cut off this end where it's raveled and it kinked here. So I'm just going to cut right here. And I don't want to have too much here on my thread, because I don't want this to start getting loose as I'm sewing it on my zipper. So I'm just cut me a little piece and put it on my needle and get started. I'm going to start about right here, and I'm going to try to stay in a line here when I go up. So I think I'm going to go in right here. I see where I want to go. Let's see here. There we go. And that way I can try to go in a straight line. And I don't want it to be too close to my zipper, but I do want it to be near my zipper. So I'm going to pull it through to about right here, because I want to be able to bury it. So I'm going to like make a circle, and I'm going to go here into the same stitch. I'm going to hold this here, pull it through, And when you get your needle, you want to make sure that it's nice and small up on top. So the other one I did buckle a little bit, and when it buckles, it does mess with the zipper. So I'm gonna try to make these all the same size. I have two crochet hooks I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use a smaller one to go into these the first time. And then after that, I'm going to use a bigger one. So this is like embroidering. Basically, you're learning to embroider. So go ahead and just go into the middle here. I'm gonna hold my yarn here. It is a little bit tough. Maybe it's just this, string. I mean, I've never used it before, but it's really pretty. I think it's gonna hold up really good. It's gonna look really good. So I'm gonna try to stay in right there. So I'm gonna hold this and I'm gonna pull my needle through, go in here, and there we go. And I'm just gonna go right back in here. I feel like my end is not, like it's catching. I don't like that feeling. So this is giving me a little bit of a challenge. So I'm just gonna take my time. I'm gonna hold this. And I'm gonna look, because I want to make sure I stay in a straight line, but my eyesight is not the best in the world. There we go. I'm gonna put this strand. Yeah, these are two different color grains, but I think that's fine. Maybe it crinkled last time because I pulled it too tight. So I'm gonna try not to pull it too tight. So the back isn't the most beautiful, but once it's inside of your purse, you're not gonna see it anyway. So, isn't that fabulous? Learning how to embroider while you're making a purse. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but I know that I want to make some for Christmas gifts. So I guess we'll wait and see after I get it done what I'll be doing with it. Okay. I'm glad I only cut a small piece to use to sew, because it feels like I don't want it to come unraveled. And this is really, it feels really good, so I think I'm gonna like it. So I'm not trying not to pull these too tight. And this is gonna be so worth it when you get done. So just keep going. Go. So just keep going all the way to the end. Okay, so I'm going to start curving to go around. So I want this to be as close to the side here, so that I can go across and pull it tight. So I want it to be about right here, because then it will close it. See how this is starting to, it's starting to get loose because of pulling it through here. And I don't want that, so I'm gonna really have to make sure that I keep these strands. That one's a little small, but the big one kind of evens it out a little bit. So we're gonna go over to this one next. So I'm gonna go in here. Maybe my needle end is a little big, or it's just this yarn itself. And it's not even really yarn. You know what, I want to call it cord, but it's not. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go pretty close to this side here. Put this over here like this. That went through really easy. There we go. So I like that. And if it helps you to unzip it, you can always unzip it and do your work too. I like to leave my zipper closed. So now I'm going to go in here, continue to do like my embroidering. I consider this embroidering. There we go. Going to come up. I want to go down this side, and oh, looks like I turned it too. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to take it back through here. There we go. There we go. Right how I want it. So, since this is starting to get all curled up, I'm just going to go in here, go right above it, and I'm just gonna like pin it down. If I can get it through. Okay, and I'm just gonna leave this here. Hold it in, and I'm going to cut me another piece. And I'm not going to make it too long. And you know what? I think I'm going to get a different needle. I really did think that that would be a good size for this. I have some other needles, and they pretty much really do look like they're all the same size. But I'm going to try this one. And we'll see if it will make any difference. Okay, so got the thread on the needle, and I'm just going to leave these hanging because when we start crocheting, we're going to bring them to the front and we're going to bury them. So I'm just going to come up here, and I'm going to come in the middle of the stitch, just like we have been doing. And we're just going to keep on going to the end. We're going to go around the corner like we just did. And then we will start to crochet. So we're just going to keep on going. And we're going to make it so that it's close to this end, this side, like it is on this side. Okay, I will see you at the end. So I'm here at the end, and I'm going to come up really close on this side where I'm going to close it up. And let's see, I think I want to go in right there. I'm going to get close to the end there. You know, some of these have been really hard to get through, and then other ones have just been so simple, but I guess I'm getting close to that end part right here. So, okay, so then I'm going to drape it over. I'm going to go in right here. I'm curious to see how this cord, I'm going to call it cord because it really just doesn't seem like yarn at all. I'm really interested to see how it's going to crochet up. So I'm going to come up here on the other side. Let's see here. I wanted to kind of go straight across. I'm going to go ahead and put this right over it. And my ends, all my little ends here, oops, I got a knot in it. There we go. All these ends here, I'm going to be bringing up to the front because when we crochet here, we're going to bury them. So everything that's in the back, I'll be bringing to the front. So when I ended this one, I just left it up at the front. One little piece went in the back, and I'll just bring it up to the front. So I'm finding it easier instead of when you change your thread to just bring it to the front and leave it there instead of putting it to the back and then having to bring it up to the front later. So I'm just going to keep on going all the way down this end until I join it with the row. And I'm pretty happy to see that this has not started to buckle. My last one did have a couple of crinkles in it, and I'm still really proud and happy with it, but it had a couple of crinkles, and I don't want to have the crinkles in this one. So I'm going to keep working. This is the hardest part for me. So I will meet you when we get down here. Here at the end, it looks like quite the little hairy mess. I did my last one here, and I put my yarn down below here so I can just connect them. Yeah, I've been struggling with this. So either the eye of my needle is too large, or maybe this yarn cord stuff is just too big. But I like the color and the way it looks, so I'm going to continue to try. So there, that's where I ended off. So I don't want this to be too tight. There. So it's all done. Now I'm going to take all these strands that are in the back, and I'm going to put them on my needle and take them to the front. So when I start crocheting, doing the back stitch, I can bury them. Okay? So I have my cord, my yarn here on my hook, and I am going to go ahead and start right here. So I am going to use the same color, and I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to do a slip stitch. And with mosaic, you always use the back loop. Oh, I broke my nail trying to do that needle. So we're going to do a single crochet in the back loops. You can open your zipper if you need to, and it always seems like this first one is always a little bit more difficult, but it seems to me that I made my my stitches here a really good length away, so they're going in really nice and easy. So we're just going to do one single crochet in every stitch and go all the way around. So I crocheted all the way around, and I got a little divot right there, but I hope that comes out as I go along. It's not as bad as my other one was. And so I'm here at the end, and I'm going to do my single crochets in the back loops only. And I'm going to go into this one. So we're going to go around again with a single crochet, but this is our slip stitch right here. So we're going to always skip our slip stitch, and we're going to go into the next stitch. So I'm going to do a slip stitch. So when we go around, and this will be our last stitch, and we'll skip the slip stitch, and I'm going to chain one, and then I'm going to go into the next stitch. So not the same one, the next one, and I'm going to do a single crochet. And I'm going to go ahead and go all the way around, going in the back loops, doing a single crochet. Now the needle I'm using is a 4.25. I thought that having a small needle would be really good to do with this, because it's more of a cord, and it feels really good, and I think it's going to do great with this. I was kind of worried when I was sewing it, but looks like it's going to work out fine. Love the color. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue to go around. Okay, so I went all the way around. I crocheted my last stitch. This is our slip stitch that we are going to skip, and we are going to skip that every row. And so we're just going to go into the next one. So we're going to slip, we're not going to go into the slip stitch, we're going to go into the back of the next stitch. We're only working in the back loops. Oops, excuse me. We are going to go in there, but we're going to change color, so don't grab that. Changing my color to this, it's a beige. I guess in the right light, it almost could be pink, I guess. I'm going to pull my green here so it's nice and tight. And we're not going to end our colors. We're just going to stay with the same color. So we're going to chain one. So this is our slip stitch. So when we go around, this will be our last stitch, and then we're going to skip this one every time. Okay? And we'll know to skip that one because it's a different color. So this will always be your last stitch. So we're not going to go into the same stitch, but we're going to go into the next one. And we're going to do a single crochet. We're going to start our mosaic pattern. So your next one here, we're going to start with our double crochet. So here's your next stitch. Go to the front loop of your previous row, and you're going to go in there. Now we're going to single crochet in the next 5. Three, 4, 5, and remember we're only working in the back loops until we come here. And now we're gonna, we did 5 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna do our double crochet. We're gonna go to the next stitch, and we're gonna go down below, and we're gonna go into that front loop. You can pull this up a little bit, hold it, do your double crochet so you're not pulling it too hard. Make sure that you don't go into this stitch behind your double crochet, or you'll be adding stitches, which is great to know in case you need to add a stitch, but we're going to go into the next stitch here. So we're going to do 5 single crochets, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do our double crochet in the next one, so we're going to go to the next stitch, go down below, put my finger here because I just would like to hold it. There we go. And then we're not going to go in the one right behind it, we're going to go into the next one, and we are going to do 5 single crochets. I'm going to do a double crochet, go to the next stitch, go down below, yarn over. I'm going to pull it through, hold it, grab your yarn, take it through 2, take it to the other 2. So that's your pattern. You're going to go all the way around and just keep doing it all the way around. I'm here almost at the end. So I am going to do my last 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the reason we're only going to do 4 here, because when we started over here with 1 double crochet, and we only need 5. So this is my last stitch here. So it looks to me like I have one too many stitches. So when you get to this last part, this is where you're going to correct. If you needed to add a stitch, you could add a stitch here. If you needed to add more than one, you could go back as many as that you needed, and you could go behind your double crochet and add your stitches, or you could just skip one if you need to. So what I need to do is I need to lose a stitch. So I'm just going to go over here. I skipped a stitch, and now it's going to make me all even. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to go with my last one, which is 4. And see, you can't see it. And if you add one behind your double crochets, you're not going to see it. I'm here at the end. Here's my slip stitch that I want to skip. So I'm going to go into this one here, and I'm going to change my color. So I'm just going to pick up my green. I'm going to slip stitch it. I'm going to pull this one tight. Okay, and I'm going to chain one. It's starting to come together. I'm really happy with my zipper. I have a little bit of a little dip right here, but hopefully it will come out of it the farther I go, or maybe when I wash it. I don't know if you can see how pretty this, it's so much more like a cord than yarn, but I'm really happy with it, and I think it will wash up and be durable. So you know how to come to the end, and we're just going to go into the next stitch and do a single crochet. And the easy way to tell where you're going to go up to is look for your double crochet. That's where you're going to do your last single crochet. And in your next one, you're always going to do another double crochet. Okay. So at this point, you're probably almost to the point where you, whoops, go through both. You don't even have to count, because I know that I'm going to do a single crochet to here, and then I'm doing a double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know right here is where I'm going to go in. So if you ever wonder when you get done with your double crochet, am I going to accidentally go into the one behind it, just go to this one and count backwards. So this is the repeat that you're going to do for this cute little bag. I hope I made it so you can understand. And here's the double crochet, my single crochet, and now I'm going to yarn over, go into the front loop. And that's what I'm going to do all the way around. Give me a little bit more yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go in here. I'm starting to do my stitches a little bit tight. I need to loosen myself up here a little bit. One more. And do my double crochet. It's going to lay really nicely next to this one. There you go. You have your pattern, and just keep going all the way around. So I did a few more rows and I made it as long as I want it. So now I am ready to sew it together. So here on the bottom, you can see mine went straight all the way to here, and then it started veering off, and I'm sure it's where the double crochet came down, and I didn't see a way to make one there, and so it just started veering off. But that's okay, because it did not disturb my pattern at all. So I ended it, and now I am going to lay it flat with the zipper. Make sure your zipper is open before you start doing this, because the last one I started to sew it and left the zipper closed, and I had to figure out how to open the zipper. It wasn't that difficult, but it just makes it easier when you have it open. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just slip stitch in this first outside, and then as you can see here, I'm going to go on the outside of that one, and I'm just going to slip stitch all the way to the end, bring it through one, and then bring it through the other one. There we go. And as I go, I'm going to bury my tail. So I'm going to go in this first one, go on the one in the back, and I'm going to put it on, every time I grab it and bring it through, I'm just going to put my tail underneath there. So I'm going in this first loop here, and then I'm going into the back loop there, and then I just take my tail and put it behind that yarn so it's grabbing it. This I don't know, I was thinking it was the needle that was making this harder to work with, but maybe it's just this cord, but it's not that difficult to work with. I'm going to make another one. I really like the way this looks and feels. And this is nylon, so I'm just so happy with it. I think I'm going to go back and see what other colors they have. I'm sure they have more colors at Joann's Fabrics, but I get my groceries at Walmart, so I will probably just get me some more yarn when I go. So just make sure you just get the front one here and get the back one. And I will see you at the end. I also already put on my my zipper hook puller. I decided out of the 4 that I got that this was the best fit. Alrighty, so I sewed my bottom together, and how did my zipper get closed? I sewed it with my zipper closed. Okay. There we go. That was a lot easier than I thought. I was starting to panic. Okay, so I'm going to put it right side. Oh, look at how pretty. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this for my crochet hooks or for change, but I'm going to make several of these for Christmas gifts. Oh, it's so cute. It's just adorable. So I hope yours comes out as well, and that you like your colors. Look at the bottom here. That puts a really nice touch to it. Zipper. I'm really happy this came out with no bulges. It did have a couple when I started, but they just came out the farther I went. So I hope you like this tutorial. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you later. Thank you. Bye.